Welcome, everyone, to the OSA podcast, sfbnri.com, sfbnri on YouTube. I am Chris Carbone Jr. Wish with me would be my podcast currently, Nico, my Nelly. He's running a little late from work as he will hopefully be home in the next 20 minutes to bring out our guests. And speaking on our guests today, we have newly Endicott commit Miccolo Dela Rosa, offensive lineman, just recently committing to Endicott College this past week. Congratulations to him. And later on the show, we will also have Cranston West point guard Andrew Travisso hopping on the call, hoping to have a good show, good laughs, good information. And we're going to kick it right off with Bruins hockey. Bruins this year are off to a very hot start, winning the last 4 games straight, currently sitting 9-1-2, number 1 in the East, looking strong as always, just getting back their man, one of the best players in the league, easily top 10, David Pastrnak. Getting him back is huge for the Bruins, as they're also sitting not only number 1 in the East, as number 1 in the NHL, currently going back to last week's power rankings. And we have seen that they push their opponents to the limit. I'm talking every single game we are seeing a competitive Bruins hockey team, and that brings a smile to my face as we're seeing the Bruins absolutely just ball out, as we have seen multiple overtime wins for the Bruins this year, them pushing teams to the limit, like how I was saying, winning all but one or two overtimes. And I mean, it's great for them. I mean, they're taking down some of the best teams in the NHL. 9-1-2 is a great start to the season, and only looking better as we still see Pastrnak on this point streak that he's on, but sticking. Actually, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna go Super Bowl. Talking Super Bowl, jump from NHL to the NFL. We saw the Super Bowl. Just gonna touch up on this quick. We saw it last Sunday. Not much to talk about as it was total domination by the Buccaneers, as we saw a huge win, as I don't think many people saw it being a blowout. And if you predicted that and you put money down on that, good for you. But seeing Tom Brady go out there on that field and torch them, as well as Rob Gronkowski torching that Chiefs defense, and seeing little to no offense for the Chiefs, something we have not seen all year. We have never seen, I don't even know if we've seen a game since Patrick Mahomes been in the league where he has been shut down that bad, where they can't even get a touchdown on the board. 9 points total for the Chiefs in that game, all from their kicker, as not even one touchdown. But I mean, how can you blame? You can't blame Mahomes on that game. I mean, seeing the time that he had, blink of an eye, you had Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh and a bunch of other players on those edge rushing as well as the defensive line getting right into the backfield and having Mahomes run around like a little kid at a carnival. I mean, looking at a stat I saw, it was almost 500 yards. If I'm mistaken, 400 or 500 yards that Mahomes ran himself that game. That has to be some sort of record, as it looked like we saw the Buccaneers defensive line going up against a youth football team. I mean, the amount of pressures, quarterback hits. I mean, I think he was pressured 40 snaps on offense, I think I saw as well. That is, you don't want to see that from the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. As we're going to switch gears from pro to high school, talk a little bit about high school basketball, as we have seen the new ranks for Division I, Division II, and Division III basketball brought to you by Ball and RI on Instagram. Bringing it up right now, we see LaSalle, Classical, Mount Pleasant, Hendricken, and EG all staying where they are in their respected top 5. We see EG, the top team in Division II currently, being led by a big senior class over there. LaSalle doing their thing as always. Classical. Once again, they had a great game against Hendricken where they ended up winning at the buzzer, as well as seeing East Providence creep up into the top 10 for the first time this year, as well as we see Burrillville, one of the top dogs in Division II, jumping up 2 spots from number 9 to number 7. Pilgrim, another powerhouse in the Division II, as well as Cumberland in Division I, creeping up into the top 10 this week. Talking Division I basketball, LaSalle, Classical, Mount Pleasant, Hendricken, EP. EP being led by some seniors this year, looking to surprise people come late February. But, I mean, there's not much you can do when you got a team like Hendricken, even with the players that they've lost over the years, still maintaining that strength, as the high school from Warwick is sitting at 4th right now, but I will guarantee you will be in serious talks of a championship come late February, as their rivals, the LaSalle Rams, are at the top. Every single year we see them number 1, and they are looking to continue with that. Jumping down to Division II basketball, we see EG, Burrillville, Pilgrim, Tolman, and Cranston West. I mean, it's stacked at that Division II level. We see a lot of very good basketball being played every night at the Division II level. Not many people pay much attention to Division II and Division III, but there are some good basketball teams and some very good ball players at that division. People just look over, it's Division II Rhode Island basketball, but people got to start paying attention as we see some teams such as EG and Burrillville and Pilgrim getting some respect as they are ranked in the top 10 in the state. Division III, we have ×2, Davies, Prout, West Warwick, and Scituate. I cover a lot of Scituate basketball games, and I will tell you, I'll be the first person to tell you that Scituate is a team to watch. Come late February, come playoff run for Division III championships, you will see Scituate, as well as Prout, which was a Division II drop-down team, dropping down to Division III, and they are playing great in their respected conference, led by senior point guard Michael Bogosian, who we have had on the show in the past. He's having a great season, as well as everybody else in the Division III for that top 5. I mean, we see a team like Scituate. Scituate is a great team. They're sitting at 5. I believe they only have 1 or 2 losses, and sitting at 5 just shows how loaded that Division III level is. Now, hopping over to hockey, and no true top 10 ranking list, as we're still waiting on RIHSH to update their rankings, as I went out of my way and created my own top 10 for the Division I level. I've been to numerous Division I hockey games this year, and this is my take on the top 10 being revealed right now. We see Mount St. Charles easily at number 1. I don't see a question with that one. I mean, we see the absolute speed from that team from almost everywhere. They're currently sitting at 5-0-1. Their only downfall of the season was tying to Hendricken, which is a very good team. But other than that, we have seen great play from them, as 7-4 win Smithfield, they also killed Barrington, which is the number 3 team in my eyes, as I believe the top 3 will be the same for everyone: Mount St. Charles, Burrillville, Barrington. Barrington, Burrillville, you can't even say switch anymore, as Burrillville just beat Barrington last Friday or Saturday night. Can't remember exactly, but Mount has been having some close games recently, as we saw them barely edging out Burrillville. I was on the call for that game. That was a great physical hockey game. That game ended in a 1-0 game in regulation, as well as was having a little bit of trouble against Cumberland, as that was a 3-2 hockey game. That was a great game without a doubt. And coming in number 2 for me, I have Burrillville Broncos, who has been on a tear, making a statement at the Division I level, 4-1-1 on the year. Their tie being their first game of the year to EG, which was a dogfight. That ended up tying, like I said, 4-4. in overtime. And other than that, their only stumble was to the number 1 seed Mount St. Charles, which was only a 1-0 loss. That was a great game. That was over at Levy Arena. That was about 2 weeks ago. That was a great game to watch. And once again, a great game to announce as we see the Broncos, one of the most physical teams at the Division I level. No question every year. They have absolute dogs on that team on the ice at all times. People that can seriously play some defense, and they also have a great goaltender in net. Number 3, a surprising team to me, as I personally did not see this Barrington team doing what they are doing currently, but Barrington sitting at, my opinion, the 3 spot, 3-2-1, their only losses being to the 2 top teams in the state. They lost to Mount St. Charles in a tough 7-2 loss, and then lost a nail-biter to Burrillville 4-3 this past weekend. Some other notable games for them, defeating Smithfield 3-2, and also defeating Hendricken in overtime 3-2. Great games we have seen this year from Barrington. I personally have not been able to cover a Barrington game this year. However, I have done my research and watched games on them. They are another one of those teams that are just a feisty hockey team, and they get out on breakaways. As talking about that Hendricken game that they lost, that they won in, where Hendricken fell in overtime, 3 breakaway goals for Barrington, and that won them the game, basically. I mean, you see it right there. You see 3 breakaway goals, all cashing in for Barrington. Hendricken not being able to answer, falling apart. It was 2-0 going into the third period, 3 unanswered for Barrington. That's why I give them the number 3 spot. Now, might be a little bit of a surprise, as if you look at the record, you'll be like, whoa, Hendricken at 4? But 1-2-1 on the year. People have to realize that hockey is a tough sport to win games, and they have not lost a game in regulation this year yet. That should just tell you right there. They have not lost a game in regulation. They have tied, and they have lost 2 in overtime. Mm-hmm. Their only win on the year is to Prout, which was an 8-0 domination. That was at the West Warwick Civic Center, as they tied Mount St. Charles, the number 1 team in the state. 1-1 was the first game of the year for Hendricken, as they also tied. Nope, that was their only tie, as they also lost in overtime to Moses Brown, as that was an overtime game winner for one of our guys here at OSA. Hank Alessandro had the game-winning shot for them. 7-6 was the final there, and they also lost to Barrington, which is the number 3 seed. They lost 3-2. So that's why I'm saying don't look at the record. Don't look at the resume just yet, because this 4 and 5 seed right here will all be determined this Sunday night. SFBNRI will be on the call for that game. We have Hendricken LaSalle, one of the biggest games every year. Doesn't matter the sport. And I mean, they just dominate every year. That is a ball game, as we will see them playing each other, as we will jump into LaSalle. Talking about LaSalle in the season, they are sitting at 2-1-1. Their wins on the year to Cumberland and a dominating game against EG, as they tied to Smithfield and had a loss to Burrillville. Said Burrillville's name a lot. I mean, that should tell you right there why they're sitting at 2. But LaSalle, having the resume that they have of being just the dog every single year, top 5 is a guarantee for them. I feel like could be a lock every single year with the talent that they have. Not even in net. Net, great goaltending all the time from LaSalle, as they also have a great team in general. Talking about the 6, we have Smithfield, who is having a great year as well. They are currently sitting at 2-2-1, with their losses being to Mount St. Charles and Barrington, 2 top 3 teams, as they also won against Cumberland and EG, and tying LaSalle in a great 1-1 game. That is another great team, Smithfield, filled with seniors all over the ice. They have a great senior class. Shout out to Jack Morale and Charlie Dosey leading the way for Smithfield Sentinels as they're having a great year, sitting at the 6th spot. 7th spot, we have East Greenwich, who is another one of those teams that may be a little lower but can make a splash, as I think them as well as Moses Brown could have the opportunity to upset some teams come late February. EG sitting at 1-2-2 on the season, with some notable games as they defeated Cumberland 3-2 in an absolute brawl up at Adelard Arena. They also tied Burrillville, which is another thing to notice, as why I also mention every single week that this Division I hockey is wide open to any team. 8 teams make the playoffs, and 1 through 8, in my eyes, can make a splash and win it all. Notable losses, though, however, they just dropped a game to LaSalle 7-1, and they also lost to Smithfield just a couple weeks ago. Coming down to the other Division II team coming up is Cumberland, sitting at 1-4, has had great. Listen, they may be 1-4, but all of their games were winnable hockey games. Only losing to EG by 1, losing to LaSalle by 2, one of their goals at the very end of the game. Beating Moses Brown, lost to Smithfield, and they only lost to Mount St. Charles by 1 goal. Seeing Cumberland at the 9th spot should have some fire for that team, hopefully looking to bounce up into the top 8 as they will be battling with EG, Moses Brown, as well as Prout. That could possibly get into mix if the cards really fall their way. But talking Moses Brown now, skipped him by accident. We have the 8-seeded Moses Brown Quakers. They are sitting at 1-3-2 on the year, with their only win being that overtime game winner by Hank Alessandro to Hendricken 7-6. They have also tied Barrington and EG, that are 2 very good hockey teams, dropping games to Burrillville, Cumberland, and Prout. Moses Brown looking for those sophomores to lead them to glory, lead them to the playoffs, as they have also had great goaltending play by both the freshman Camden Lucier and sophomore DJ Plant and net have been great for them so far this year. And wrapping it up, we have the Prout School, Prout Crusaders, sitting 1-4 on the year. Sort of a rebuilding year, I would say, for the Crusaders, as just like Moses Brown, very young team that has a lot of potential, as we have saw in previous games. However, they are scoreless in their last 3 games, looking for some sort of offense coming up this next weekend. As some notable games for them, they have beat Moses Brown their first game of the year, but they dropped 4 straight to Barrington, Mount St. Charles, Hendricken, and Burrillville. This is why I say that Division I hockey is wide open, as we have teams such as the 8-seed Moses Brown tying the 3-seed currently in Barrington. I mean, it's going to be wide open the entire year, which why I think that our IIL hockey is one of the most interesting sports out of all the high school sports, because you have teams from all over the state making splashes, as once again, I feel like I'm repeating myself 100 times, why it's wide open and why these games, including these overtime wins, are so desperately important for seeding come playoffs. Hendricken right now could have 2 more wins on their resume if it wasn't for them dropping overtime losses to Moses Brown and Barrington. Those were both great games, as we have an absolute onslaught of games coming up this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are absolutely loaded with games. As just to go through quick, we have Cranston West and Warwick playing up against each other. It's a great Division II matchup. 2 teams that are battling every year. Cranston West sitting at the 1 spot in Division II currently. Warwick floating around the 3-4-5 range. That will be at 8:15. We also have Mount St. Charles EG Friday night at 6 p.m. That is also going to be on sfbnri.com and sfbnri on the YouTube. We have Hendricken Smithfield Sentinel game. That's going to be Friday at 5:45. That's going to be another great game. Hendricken looking to bounce back as they have had some tough overtime games this year, looking to hopefully set something off, and because they have a big week as they play Smithfield as well as playing LaSalle. That's going to be a good game. We have Burrillville Barrington. Probably, if it wasn't for Hendrick and LaSalle, would be the game of the week. We have my opinion, the second and the third best teams in the state. That's going to be a great game. We saw them play just recently. We saw that was a 4-3 game. Actually, that game already happened. My apologies, as that game ended in 4-3. But that's just the games for Friday night. There will be more games that will be updated coming up for Saturday. We have a great amount of games, as well as Sunday. We will be having even more, as like I'm mentioning, we see LaSalle as well as seeing Hendricken coming down to the wire, coming down to this last couple of games, as we are hoping to see a great game of hockey. As we will take a quick break, quick word from our sponsors, and we will be right back in a moment. All right, and we are back once again. Thank you, SFBNRI, for making this possible. This is the OSA Athlete Podcast with you every week, every night, 9 p.m. Thursday. I'm Chris Carbone Jr. Hopefully joining me in a couple minutes will be Nico Mainelli, who is just running a tad bit late, dealing with some work. But coming on to the show right now, we have Endicott College commit. And just as I'm talking, we see Nico Mainelli joining the call. Nico, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Chris, what's going on?
A little bit of work we have to get in the way with on that one, but we are here. We are ready. We have Miccolo Dela Rosa. We'd like to welcome him to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
How's it going, buddy?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Always. So start off. What's been going on? How's life been dealing with COVID and whatnot?
I don't know. School, home, working out here and there, of course. A lot of TV, honestly. Not gonna lie. You know how it be. Homework, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Big news from you this past week as we saw you commit to the Endicott College. I'd like to personally congratulate you.
Thank you
on that as well. I'm pretty sure everyone else watching the call and everyone at SFBNRI would like to congratulate you and talk to me about that process.
So honestly, it was a long process. I started the recruiting process like end of sophomore year. Like I was like doing the recruiting process like Cam, Cena, that play at Stonehill right now. And honestly, until like 2 months ago, I didn't even know if I was playing college football. And then Springfield and Endicott were the two colleges that reached out to me this past year. So ended up choosing between one of them. And then honestly, Endicott was a better choice academically wise, and plus coaching staff's great, campus is great and everything. So
that's awesome. I love to see it. So where is Endicott located?
Beverly, Mass. It's actually like an hour and 30 minutes away from here. Not that far.
That's good. Lots of different colleges over in Massachusetts and a lot of great schools in Mass. So that is good to see.
Yeah, and Meek, I guess one of the huge talks around right now in high school is obviously the possible football season right now this year. Is that's still on, right, for right now?
Yeah, at the moment, it's still on, but we just noticed that track season and basketball got extended like a week or two. So we don't know how that will affect football. So we'll hopefully find out mid next week. So
I'm assuming you guys have high expectations for this season, judging by our circumstances that we're in now, and being seniors, your last ride at Cranston West. So, what are you thinking about the possible season?
Honestly, if they could have basketball and hockey play, football is hopefully gonna happen. And honestly, for us, Cranston West, we look good. Hopefully, we could take it far. We've been to the Super Bowl twice these past 2 years. Hopefully, we can make it a third time too.
Awesome.
That's good to say. I know that your team is built around, you guys got a good senior class currently, but you also have a lot of youth. So how does playing with all these young kids and seeing I'm assuming a lot of these sophomores will be getting a lot of good varsity playing time. How is that?
Honestly, it's a lot of development. It's just like how we were when we were sophomores. It's just a lot of learning and growing, and it just sucks because especially with the season kept getting pushed back, not being able to practice. So it's gonna be tough, but I love the energy that young kids give us, and honestly, has a great future ahead of us.
Awesome.
That's good to see. So now I'm not too familiar. I don't know if anyone is too familiar about what is going to be the circumstances of the season, but do you have any idea of like how long it would go? What's the circumstances with practices, games, playoffs, and whatnot?
So the word around that I've been hearing that the season's probably gonna be like around 6 to 8 games regular season, and then 2 to 3 playoff games. That's the word right now. And then practices, I'm assuming of course you probably need a mask under a helmet. But I don't know how that's gonna work. And then probably keep the practices a little bit shorter than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, Meek, have you experienced playing football yet in a mask?
No.
No. Yeah, it'll be different, but whatever. As long as you guys get out there.
No. We've this past summer we had we were conditioning. We were getting ready because we thought the season was gonna happen in September. So we were conditioning. We had masks on after school and all that. It was tough, but after a while you will get used to it. But we'll see how the circumstances and the requirements will be.
Yeah, it's exactly like how we were talking about with some of the hockey kids last week. We were saying how it was tough for them at the beginning, but just about a week or two going by, they ended up getting used to it and getting their win back, which will also be good because you guys will be more conditioned practicing and running plays and just doing all sorts of conditioning with the masks on.
No, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, how do you feel that, I mean, I know it's obviously got to be tough being a senior in senior season, your last go, end up like this with the possibility of it happening. So coming from a senior's point of view, I want to know what's your thoughts on all this football and just all the nonsense that's been going on with it.
Honestly, it's been stressful. We've legit been talking about since last year, even with you guys when we played CLCF together, we were talking about how we're gonna do next level and all that. And then it's just crazy how we finally get here, and then of course COVID happened, and we have to stay safe and all that. So I'm not having big expectations, but hopefully we have a season, even if it's just a really short season. I just want to play at least one more game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, playing your junior season in that last game, I believe your last game was it Thanksgiving or was it the playoff game?
It was Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I mean, going back to your junior year and that Thanksgiving game, that absolute blowout against East. I'm guessing in your head, you obviously were not like, wow, that was my last game. And I'm sure realizing now that, holy crap, that could have been my last game. That probably does a toll on you.
No, exactly. Because especially Thanksgiving game, I was splitting snaps with seniors. So I played a good quarter, a half. So I was like, you know what, let's have the seniors have their moment, all that. And then just realize looking back at it now, I'm like, damn, that could have actually been my last game. I couldn't really leave it all on the field. So
yeah, it's crazy how things change so quickly. Then that Thanksgiving game, I remember we were there. We weren't wearing masks. This whole thing wasn't even existing at that time. So yeah, just crazy change of events that we've had.
No, definitely.
But Meek, and now I'm going to ask you about so we've had Coach Brian on a couple of weeks ago, and obviously you've been dealing with many coaches over your football career. up until now. How did Coach Brian help your football play? I know many players. I know Coach has affected many players in a positive way. Very likable guy. Everybody loved him. I just wanted to see your insight on that.
Coach Brian, honestly, he made me love football. He had that mentality, he had that motor that he wanted to win, and of course that rubbed off on us. And look at us, like CLCF, when we played under him, we won like what four or five championships and then one regional championship. So of course, like that was great to play under him. And then even to freshman year, we played under him, and then we made it like semifinals of the playoffs with a very small team. So honestly, great coach, good mentor, and like a great leader overall. So
That's good to hear. So, what are some of the other coaches that you have had and have made a big impact on your life from the youth level all the way up to high school and for the future at Endicott?
So definitely after I had Coach John there, he taught me everything, how to play O-line and all that. Coach John's been an impact. He's always been there for me. He's always reaching out for help or anything, for even in life too. Another coach too is Coach Alves. Of course, like everyone knows Coach Alves. Great guy, great energy. Always has your back. And honestly, one of the first coaches that really helped me when I started practicing with the varsity practices too. My freshman year, Thanksgiving, like around the end. And then, of course, I have to say, Coach Maluski has always been a great support too. Like one great mind, good coach. Like he helps. He knows how to play football too. So really impacted me and how I look at the game.
That's good. And now looking at some of your future coaches, I know obviously you've talked to some of the Endicott coaches. How is their mentality, and how are you just ready for this college season coming up?
Yes and no. I'm ready. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm nervous. It's gonna be a whole new atmosphere. Especially, it's gonna be different kids. Like even in high school, like you've been playing against these kids is like junior and when you're young, youth ball too. So like it's gonna be a whole different atmosphere. And then the coaches are great. Their mentality, of course, they want to win, but they also want you as a person to succeed too. So it's not all to them. It's not all about football. They also want you to get that degree too, help you graduate college and all that too. So.
Meek, do you have a particular major or anything going into college right now, or you have any idea of what you want to do with your future?
So I'm majoring in business management actually. So
nice.
And then like with that, like my personal plan, let's see how it goes. But like as of right now, I'm planning to get my degree, work under someone, and hopefully and then like how you guys know, I do photography as well. Start doing my own photography business and all that. So
yeah, I see how you've been doing multiple photography, not only for people, but as well as sports. How has photography, like in general, like I know it's a big point in your life and big aspects and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh no, photography helped me a lot. Like I remember just picking up a camera in middle school. I was like, oh, I could take pictures. But now like just growing into it, and especially being able to learn these different sports because I was asked to take pictures for them was great. Like I've taken sports for hockey, basketball, softball, volleyball, soccer. Like I've taken sport you could think of, and it's just like lacrosse too. Like it's a great feeling. Like while you're taking pictures, you're learning the sport too. So which really it feels great.
And for you guys watching at home, in case you ever need pictures taken or anything, you can reach Miccolo at Mico_Dela Rosa on Instagram. Kid's phenomenal, great pictures, great kid. And that's pretty much it. If you need your pictures, go to Meek.
Yeah.
As you can see during our OSA intro, both of our lacrosse pictures that are in the picture, my commit post as well as Nico's on the field at Wheeler, were both taken by
yours truly,
Nico De La Rosa.
Wow.
And talking more about where it started, how was growing up playing youth ball?
Honestly, I should be thanking you and Andrew Travisso. I remember just being that in Woodridge, even with you, Nico, like our whole group. And next thing you know, I'm playing CLCF with freaking Andrew and Chris. And then honestly, it just grew on me. I thought I was just there to hang out with friends and all that, meet new people and all that. But now, like, look at me, I'm playing college ball. Honestly, that's something I would never expect. And it honestly just helped me grow as a person as well. Like it showed me commitment, dedication, so like stuff like that, like life lessons that you won't learn anywhere else besides on the field.
Yeah, I remember the Woodridge days of playing in the dirt field, how no one could ever tackle Miccolo. It'd be very unfair, but yeah, that was always like our best memories there. All of us loved to stay after school for like 2 hours to play football, come home all dirty and sweaty.
Yeah, and then some of us are hurt too. Like,
Right.
Oh yeah, there's that. We've gone down with some serious injuries down playing that.
Right.
Those are the good old days, but now we're all in high school and we're looking strong. And I know I'm speaking for everyone here, doing great academically and athletically is great. And now speaking a little bit towards the academic side, Meek, how have you dealt with the COVID situations with schooling at West?
honestly, I feel like West has done a good job wise for schooling, but like for me personally, like I do get like absent minded and like there's times where I won't pay attention, but it helps me on the academic side. It helps me like get my work done. You don't have to worry about going home feeling tired from school. So like doing homework, because like you have those breaks in between classes now too.
Yeah.
So you're able to do work or like study right before class if you have a quiz or test. So like it has its benefits, but also has its disadvantages.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, 100%. I mean, I agree with that. And some people taking a little bit of advantage of that, like breaking between getting a nap or something or whatnot. But no, I mean, I feel you with that. And that looks like all the questions we have for you. I would like to thank you for coming onto the show, and I'm wishing you the best of luck for your high school as well as college later down the road.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for your time, Meek.
Of course.
In the future, pal.
Talk to you later, man.
Yeah.
All right. And now we will go to a quick commercial break as we will be bringing on Cranston West point guard Andrew Travisso to live, as we will be right back in one moment.
All right, for you guys tuning in right now, this is the OSA podcast, Ocean State Athlete Podcast, presented by SFBNRI. I am Nico Minelli, and my good bud Chris Carbone are your hosts for tonight, and we are here to showcase some of the state's best athletes on and off the field, and a little bit about their insight about the game that they love. So, Chris, what do we have going next?
So, coming onto the show now, we have Cranston West point guard Andrew Travisso, dual sport athlete, basketball and baseball being his forte, as we will bring him onto the show right now.
What's up, guys?
84.
How's it going, man?
How you guys doing?
Good,
Doing
Andrew.
good,
Thanks for
doing
coming
Appreciate
on.
you guys having me on tonight. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Chris, you want to start us off?
I'll start it off. What has been going on with you, Andrew, in the sports category, dealing with COVID and whatnot?
Oh, it's been crazy, you know, like nothing's back to normal, you know, school, everything's online. That's completely different. You don't get to go into school. Nothing's the same. Basketball wise, it's just completely different. The game is different. Everything, practice, mask, you have to stay away from your teammates if you're not like on the court. Can't sit next to them. Like it's just like, it doesn't feel like an actual season.
Yeah, I know. I feel you 100% on that. And speaking on the season, how is the season going for you guys? I see you guys are every week creeping up in that Division II rankings.
Yeah, no, we started off hot. Like I believe we're 5-1 in Division League. in league division, and I think we just took one more loss to St. Andrews, the prep school, but that was non-league. But we've been looking real good. Playing as a team, doesn't matter if it's from the bench or the starters. Everyone's putting their work in at practice. Everyone was ready for the season because everyone wanted something to happen. So even with the mask, everyone's just working, and we're just putting it all together. We're just we're on a roll right now.
There you go. And Andrew, have you found it challenging to be playing with the mask? Have you done any prior training with the mask? Any playing with the mask?
No, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I thought when they just had like you have to wear masks, I thought it was just gonna be like on the side, like when you're not in the game. Like, but once we came to tryouts and everything, and you had to wear the mask the whole time, those first couple of weeks, it was tough. It was nothing what you thought of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you never wear it. Like it's hard to breathe. It falls down, gets in your way. It's just something that we had to adapt to. But I mean, as what are we like a month in? I feel like we're getting used to it. It's just like we all know what to do now.
Yeah. And Andrew, coming into this season, was there like a certain flame burning inside of you, knowing that it was like your senior year, your last ride, plus you not being able to play some of your high school seasons due to injuries and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, definitely missing freshman year and sophomore year due to injuries. I just wanted to get out there. So last year as junior, I finally got there for my first year of basketball, and it just felt good. Like I love basketball. I love playing it. Doesn't matter where, at the park, on the court. I just love basketball. So like senior year, I'm just thinking like, wow, this is the last time I'm gonna play basketball. Like at the school in front of my fellow teammates and classmates. So like I don't know. We just wanted to go out with a bang, and I just wanted to make it the best season I can.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
What we got.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys can finish strong coming down to late February, early March when we get into our IIL playoffs for basketball, hoping to see Cranston West up on top as you guys have made it there in the past last year coming into the Final Four, hoping to repeat that, but with a better outcome.
Well, definitely. We're not aiming for anything less than that.
That's good to see. And now my question is how is the team? Like, how are you guys looking this year?
Oh, we're looking great. Everyone has a role on their team. The puzzle pieces are getting put together as like the end of the regular season's coming along, and I know playoffs are soon to happen. I feel like as the weeks go on, we're just improving every week, every day at practice. We're just getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's working, so I feel like by playoff time we'll be ready to take on anyone that comes in the way.
That's good. That's a mentality you want to have. Being one of a more, I'd say, like disrespected team, as I know that West should be a lot higher than 5th in Division II play, but prove them wrong.
Exactly. I just can't wait to get out there on the field though. Baseball, I can't wait to get out there for baseball season.
Right, and that leads to my next question was gearing more towards baseball. I know you're very much into baseball. You probably have high hopes going into this season. Like I said, again, being at your last season, missing out on last year, all spring sports missed out on last year, which sucked. So what are your expectations for baseball this season?
Oh no, we have a full roster. We have a lot of seniors. A lot of seniors that want to play. It's a lot of people's last rides, but we also have a lot of players going to play college ball after this. So It's good to see. But we're so eager to get back. Like I was just thinking about it the other day. I was like, wow, it's our senior year, and we haven't been on that baseball field together since sophomore year. Sophomore year was the last time we got to play baseball. So. It's just we're just waiting. We can't wait to get out there. Like every day we're texting about it. We're ready. We want to get out there.
That's awesome to see. As I see, as well as I believe anyone else in the state, that West will be a team to compete this year, especially with all of the senior play, as we're looking at a possibility of seeing a senior start at every position for you guys. And that's huge, saying that you guys have been playing with each other all through youth ball, coming up to freshman year, and now varsity, putting it all together. How does it feel to be able to take the field one last time with the kid you've been playing with your whole life?
It's definitely gonna mean something more than just baseball, because like everyone that's on that team we've known for many years. Like this is going back to what, like Cal Ripken and CWLL back in the day. Like we've been together for so long that like this is just like this last season is gonna be more than just a baseball year, and just it's gonna be more than a senior year, because like last time everyone gets the last ride with each other, and it's gonna mean something special once we can get out there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Andrew, do you have a sport that you like better, baseball or basketball?
Oh, I don't know. I can't really. I like baseball, and baseball is my passion. But I feel like if I were to go out with like my friends and everything, like basketball is the way to go. Like baseball sometimes gets too slow, and basketball it's just everything's happening right there. So like I like it. Just it matters how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I gotcha. Now, Andrew, growing up with some certain coaches, how has like any particular coaches you have in mind that have helped you on your long career from Cal Ripken maybe to high school?
Yeah, well, most definitely, big Chris Carbone. I mean, got me into t-ball. I can pull pictures of me and Chris playing t-ball together, and ever since that, going to Cal Ripken, Chris continuing to be my coach, alongside with Michael Merritt, Alex Merritt's father. He had a big role in my baseball career. Went up every year with Mike and Chris. Then Chris chose to go to lacrosse, so he ditched us on that, but continued to grow with Mike and Alex. And then they went their own way at Hendricken. Helped me nothing but the best. As long with Steve Dineza, Tyler Dineza, senior at Cranston West, his dad too. They did nothing but help, and they were more than just a coach. They're always there if you just need to talk to them, or anything. You can send them a text and they'll be there. So those three were the big ones.
Also, I know you also had an extended career playing football at the youth level. What were some of like just growing up playing football? Like, what'd that mean to you?
That was the best moment of my life. I feel like CLCF Chiefs football. If I can go back and relive any moment, it would definitely be CLCF Chiefs football. Cause like just the bond that the whole team created was nothing can match that bond. No matter what team I'm gonna be on, no matter how many teams, nothing will beat that bond. Created like so many life lessons by Coach Brian, amazing coach, amazing guy. I mean, just the bond between us, and we all can see each other now and just consider each other brothers. So nothing beats that.
That's awesome to see. And now talking a little bit more towards the baseball, maybe even basketball, because I know you did do this a little bit for basketball. How has been playing AAU and travel? So we'll start baseball first. How has been the moments growing up playing AAU ball?
AAU ball, those were the special days. I mean, I played AAU all my life up until I think sophomore year. I decided let's just focus on high school, and then given high school, nothing happens after sophomore year. But AAU, it's just always the weekends. The weekends are for the boys. You get 2 double headers every weekend. You travel all these different states, play all these different teams with the boys. And I mean, it's a good level of competition no matter. I played for the Rhode Island Rays and then the Seawolves, and both organizations amazing. Mike Merritt followed both teams, and it's just so much competition that it just gets you better and it gets you ready for the next level.
Now over towards the basketball side, I know you played a little bit of AAU recently, and how has been that just playing AAU basketball? I know you started a little late, but still jumping on it. What's that meant to you?
Yeah, no, I definitely picked up basketball much later than baseball. I mean, baseball was since t-ball, and basketball was more something just like throughout elementary school and middle school. I just picked it up, and I was just like, I love basketball. It's the amazing game, but especially playing it with like a lot of competitive kids, it definitely gets you better. Like every other sport, once you play with the better competition, it benefits you in the long run. So as long as you play with the competition, it always benefits you.
That's good to see. I mean, I know playing basketball, especially AAU, is very fast paced, very fast tempo, and I can only imagine like what that's prepared you for playing at the varsity level now.
Yeah, especially that prep school we just played, St. Andrews. They're amazing team. They're 1 through 12. They could all play basketball. given they also have a 4-star recruit, Preston Murphy, on that team. I mean, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I mean, just playing against them, you get to see the talent that's out there. And when that one game we unfortunately we lost, but it's still, we got ready. We used that loss and they benefited us. We benefited from them, and now we got to move on. We got the next win. So just the competition helps.
Yeah, I can only imagine playing such a team like St. Andrews that's always talked about as being one of the best preparatory schools, not only in the region of New England, but also all of like the U.S. St. Andrews always being talked about, always putting out Division I prospects left and right, and being able to play with some of these kids. I mean, that might be just like an unreal feeling.
Yeah, and especially we were with them until halftime. We were 5-point game at halftime. We were right there. We were right there with them, but they slipped away in the second half, and nothing you could do about it.
That just shows how that even a small team like yourself, being a Division II school, can still compete with some of the best. And it doesn't matter what lineup they put out there. I don't care if they're putting out their last 5 on the bench. Still being able to compete with the prep school, being a Division II Rhode Island school, should be an absolute honor and just make you guys feel awesome. I mean, going out there and playing with such a team against like St. Andrews, I mean, that's a blast.
Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining game.
Now, Andrew, looking forward to next year in college. Are you looking to play baseball, basketball? Are you looking to play maybe not so serious, aiming more towards club, anything like that?
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean more towards the club side. I mean, I'm going to lean towards the baseball side of anything. I'm going to go to I don't know. I wasn't ready to take it to the next level. I wasn't ready to pursue at the college level. So after this, I might just go hop on some club teams, try to do something. But I definitely not going to lose love for the game, and I'm definitely not going to stop playing. So it's still gonna be in the life.
Yeah, there you go. And you have any idea of any colleges, maybe like a career you want to pursue in the future?
Yeah, I'm going for either physical therapy or if I get into URI, I want to go for civil engineering. But I've gotten into a couple schools, but I don't want to go nowhere far. So I want to kind of stay local, a couple states away maybe. But I don't want to go too far. Stay home. Love roadie, so yeah.
Can't get enough of roadie.
Yeah, it's actually a very smart move, playing club instead of going something serious, because now you're in full control. You get to choose what college fits you, not for might as well the sport, but you're going for what you want to go for. And if they have a club team at the school, awesome. That's just a benefit for you. You get to go and play, not as competitive and not as drilling as a Division I, II, or III school, but still not losing the game and not being able to lose the love and still being able to play. And if not college, I know there's plenty of U18 teams out there that still play all the time over the summer.
Exactly. That's just my main focus. I don't want to stop playing the game. So no matter how I can play, I'm gonna find that way to play and continue doing it.
That's awesome to see. As we're going to go to a commercial break, as we will be right back in just a moment with our last segment of the show.
All right, we are back. Thank you for tuning into the OSA podcast, OSA State Athlete Podcast, presented by SFBNRI. I'm Nico Minelli, my co-host Chris Carbone Jr., and we are here with our good buddy Andrew Travisso of the Cranston West Falcons. And we are here with our last segment, the OSA lightning round questions. And Andrew, you got lucky to get. Sorry, Meek. I guess Andrew got lucky to stick around for the questions.
Yeah. Sorry, Meek. I had practice, so had to rush home.
Don't worry, Meek. We'll get them to you sometime. All right, Andrew. We're going to start with the fan favorite, which is what is the gas station go-to? We'll start with a food for now.
Gas station go to. I'm a big Skittles guy, so any of the Skittles, gotta snag a pack.
Marshawn Lynch.
Exactly. You gotta love the rainbow.
Now, how about for a drink?
You gotta go with the watermelon brisk or any other brisk. Yeah, the dollar brisk can never go wrong.
Yeah. All right, and the next one is a favorite fast food place.
Ooh, I'll probably go with Wendy's. I like Wendy's. 2 for $5. Can't go wrong with that either. So.
Mm-hmm. They got the chicken nuggets, And next question is your favorite thing to drink besides water.
Gotta be milk. Love. I'll drink milk for. Doesn't matter how long. I love milk, so doesn't matter. Chocolate milk, vanilla milk.
Of course. Next one would be your favorite pro athlete right now.
Definitely gonna be Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards. Love Bradley Beal. Inspiration. So.
You see him getting traded anywhere or sticking in Washington?
I mean, no matter how bad we are at the moment, I want to see him stick it through and maybe see a couple of trades go through to get him some better players around him, but we can only wish.
Now, if you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be right now? You could do dead and alive.
Dead and alive. I think I would just pick the same. I would pick Kobe Bryant, I believe. I think
Great pick.
Kobe to definitely teach some lessons, hear what he has to say.
Definitely, 100%, definitely. He's next level. He's next level for people.
Yeah, I feel like I just definitely learn a lot from him.
Definitely. And your favorite TV show, and if you're not a big TV show guy, then a movie.
Movie, just like my favorite movie. I love Sandlot. You gotta go with the OG. I'm a big Sandlot guy.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic. Number 7, more of a deeper question. What do you value most in your life?
Oh, easy. Definitely family and friends, Without them, and sports can be involved too, but without the family and friends, I really don't know where I would be at right now.
Great answer. Next one would be, if you could eat one food and not gain any weight from it, what would it be?
I think both of you guys know my answer. Gonna have to go with chicken tenders and fries, Can never go wrong. Can never go wrong.
Can never go wrong. The real question is, where are the best chicken tenders and fries?
Oof, the chicken tender. I don't know. As you know, Cello's is the spot to go. So I think I'll have to give it to Cello's.
Cello's. Hey, you heard it here, folks. The chicken tender kings picks Cello's. Which event in your life would you want to live through again? I know you mentioned your CLCF days.
Yeah, CLCF football. That's 6 years of my life. I would love to relive again. That was the best experience.
Definitely. Any particular moment?
I don't know. Just every week, the whole week. I want to experience the whole week again. Between the Mondays off that everyone loves, can't wait for the Monday to get off. You work Sunday through Saturday morning practices just to get on that turf on Sunday. The whole process. I love the process.
Now, the last question would be your favorite place to travel. You could pick somewhere that you would love to go, somewhere that you've already been to, anywhere.
I love the only place I've been to like far away would be Florida. I love Florida. I love the hot weather. But seeing pictures and like going off of like what I heard I always want to go to Bora Bora at one point.
Definitely. That's probably like the hottest place right now for I think majority of people right now would pick Bora Bora. But yeah, anyway, that's it for the OSA questions. Chris, anything else?
That's all from me, Andrew. I'd like to say thank you for finally hopping on to the show.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate your time and for you coming on this Thursday night. But anyway, this has been the OSA podcast, OSA Athlete Podcast, presented by SFBNRI. Myself and my co-host Chris Carbone Jr. will be here every Thursday night from 9 to 10 with a new guest every time. Anything else, Chris?
That's all. Once again, I'd say, Andrew, thank you again. Once again, you're getting a lot of love in the comment section by a lot of different
I can't
people.
even see the comments, so I wish I could right now.
Yeah, you got Max Denemy saying that the chicken tenders are a must go to.
Shout out, Max.
Sophie
Shout
saying
out.
the kids menu.
Shout out Red 26 from the West team. They know who they are.
Awesome. Love to see it, Andrew. I'd like to say thank you once again.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Good luck with everything you do.
Talk
Appreciate
to you
it.
soon, man.
And also thanks for Meek. Meek, if you're still watching, thank you for coming on.
He is. He's watching it.
We appreciate it. But yeah, this has been the OSA podcast. We'll be here again Thursday night from 9 to 10. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you next week.
Once again, thank you everyone tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, as well as SFBNRI on the internet, on the website. Thank you guys again. Thursday, next Thursday, 9 p.m. New guest, just like Cal, my co-host Nico was saying. And we will see you guys next week.
Before we end, I'm sure many of you have heard the devastating news of senior hockey player from Bishop Fee and AJ Quetta has suffered injury due to a hockey accident a couple weeks ago. We just want to say that Chris and I, along with SFBNRI, are alongside you, AJ, on your journey back to the ice. I actually went to school with AJ back in elementary school, and he was always a great kid who came from an awesome family. We have left a link to his GoFundMe down below. Any donation will go a tremendous way towards AJ's fight. Thank you all, and to AJ and the Quetta family, you are all in our prayers. See you next week.